ready to go? All juiced up. Welcome, everyone, to the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session for September 21st. If you are participating via Zoom, we welcome you, but as a reminder, this is a public meeting that's being recorded. So for those of you that are calling in, please ensure that you've muted your phone line by pressing *6. We will begin this morning's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crowley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We need approval of the minutes of the September 14th, 2021 general session, the September 16th, 2021 briefing session.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
All right. So this is Hispanic Heritage Month. This morning, we'd like to recognize the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th through October 15th. It celebrates the incredible histories, cultures, and contributions of Hispanic Americans who immigrated from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. Hispanic Heritage Month is a chance for us to acknowledge not only the rich history of our diverse Hispanic communities, but the continuing contributions of our Hispanic neighbors, entrepreneurs, classmates, colleagues, and friends, moving all of us forward today. Hopefully, residents can join in a few of the celebrations in the community over the next month, including Columbus Hispanic Restaurant Week, starting on October 11th. You can go to experiencecolumbus.com/blog to see what's happening in your neighborhood. So, first up this morning will be the coroner.
Resolution number 72221, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a sub-grant award from Franklin County Public Health's Center for Disease Control and Prevention Overdose Data to Action Grant to support collaboration, expand the data analysis and investigative capacity for overdoses to aid in prevention strategies and outreach activities in the amount of $145,051.68. Are our friends from the Coroners Office on?
Well, does somebody want to reach out to the coroner's office and we can come back to them?
Will do, Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. All right, let's move on to the Board of Commissioners and the engineer.
Resolution number 72421, resolution authorizing the Fourth Amendment to the Intergovernmental Agreement between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, the Franklin County Engineers Office, and the Franklin County Transportation Improvement District in the amount of $1,023,159.20.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, this first resolution authorizes an update to the intergovernmental agreement among the Board of Commissioners, the County Engineer, and the Franklin County Transportation Improvement District. This updated agreement, initially approved by the Commissioners on November 26th of 2019, authorizes an amount not to exceed $1,023,159.20 for construction of a new parking lot at 50 East Mound Street, which is Phase 2 of the TID's Franklin County Parking Facilities Improvement Project. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions?
No.
Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 72521.
I'm sorry, Commissioner.
Oh.
We're at 724.
72421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72421 has been adopted.
All right, now this one is the engineer.
Thank you. Under the Engineers Office, resolution number 72521, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with eBuilder Incorporated for the licensing of construction program management software, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $161,993.74.
Commissioners, as stated, This resolution is a software contract with eBuilder for the licensing of a construction program management software. This software will assist the engineer's office with information on capital improvement projects by tracking performance across the entire project life cycle, reducing risk and improving performance. eBuilder was selected utilizing a cooperative purchasing contract through the U.S. General Services Administration. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Any questions?
No.
All right, hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 72521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72521 has been adopted. Resolution number 72621, Report 6th of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Elliott Road and Hayden Run Road Drainage Improvement Project, Brown Township and Washington Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $33,028.40.
This drainage improvement is in the northwest part of the county, in Brown Township and Washington Township, along Elliott Road and along Hayden Run Road. The project will reconstruct Joseph Carr Ditch by repairing and replacing drainage tile, some of which is 100 years old. It will also upgrade roadway drainage with regrading roadside ditches and new roadway drainage crossings. This resolution is the 6th report for right-of-way acquisition and includes 3 properties. The appraisals were based on fair market value, and we coordinated with the prosecutor's office. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 72621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72621 has been adopted. Resolution number 72721, approval of the Darby Knolls subdivision replat, Brown Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is for the subdivision known as Darby Knolls. The subdivision is in the west part of the county in Brown Township along Carter Road west of Walker Road. The replat will move a utility easement for 2 separate lots within the subdivision for development of single-family homes. With this resolution, I am asking you to approve, and if not already, I will see that the plat is delivered to Clerk Hendon Lang for you all to sign. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions?
No questions.
All right, and Mr. Engineer, no questions, so I move for the approval of Resolution 72721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72721 has been adopted.
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
You too.
Take care, Cornell. All right, on to the sheriff.
Resolution number 72821, resolution authorizing the acceptance of federal Homeland Security funds from the State Homeland Security Program Law Enforcement Grant and the continuation of a full-time position in the Sheriff's Rotary Fund in the amount of $140,000.
Morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services, representing Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution will provide for the continuation of the longstanding grant with the state of Ohio. It's a 2-year grant where the state will reimburse $70,000 per year to cover the wages of a deputy that works at the statewide terrorism analysis crime center. It will keep all 88 county sheriffs informed of security information that may impact their region. And pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Any questions? No questions. I move for the approval of Resolution 72821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yep.
Resolution number 72821 has been adopted.
Sorry, yes would be my. Sorry about that.
Resolution number 72921, resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations for the Franklin County Concealed Carry Program.
Commissioners, this resolution approves another non-general fund appropriation. This will be $37,000 to put towards the fees charged by the state for the background checks. We've had an increase in application request over the past year and a half. And when the 2021 budget was put together, we were going off 2019 figures, which were lower. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Any questions? No questions. I move for the approval of Resolution 072921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72921 has been adopted.
Thank you.
All right, on to community partnerships.
Resolution number 73021, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 response grant to Franklin County Public Health for the support of A Kid Again in the amount of $1,125,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dana McCrary, Community Partnership Administrator. This resolution will enable A Kid Again to increase participation from 2,100 Franklin County residents to 7,500 residents. And this includes, of course, children who are ill, their siblings, and their parents. A Kid Again provides year-round recreational therapeutic relief for families and for children battling life-threatening conditions who reside in Franklin County. This support enables families who are experiencing hardships to receive family-oriented adventures, including virtual adventures in a box that create memories that will outlast the child's life expectancy. This funding will create over 24,000 new experiences that will uplift the often forgotten residents through positive social, emotional, mental, and economic health provided by A Kid Again. The focus and innovation of this initiative will drive support of economic, recreational, therapeutic relief for Franklin County residents hardest hit by the healthcare costs as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. Participation in the Kid Again program is free for all families enrolled. A child must be under the age of 20 in order to enroll, and that child must also be diagnosed with a life-threatening condition. Once confirmed, they are enrolled for life. Joining us this morning is Oyama Garrett, who is the CEO of A Kid Again, and he's joining us this morning just to share a few words about this resolution.
Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, everyone. Again, this is an opportunity to support the most vulnerable in our community. This resolution will provide both mental and behavioral support relief for those who have been impacted in this community by life-threatening conditions, as well as what we've experienced with this COVID crisis. So thank you again for your support on behalf of the over 50,000 kids in Franklin County who are diagnosed with some level of a life-threatening condition.
Thank you. Commissioners, pending any questions, I would respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
I have a quick question. How are the children and families made aware of the program? Is it a referral through partner agencies or organizations like Nationwide Children's Hospital? How does a family get involved?
Yes, Commissioner Crawley, the vast majority of our families tend to be referred to us from Nationwide Children's Hospital. We have a great partnership with the Nationwide Children's Hospital and their social workers, as well as through other agencies and organizations throughout Central Ohio.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Oyama.
If I can, just really quick, I just want to make mention, good morning, Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Public Human Services. This partnership also is a part of Franklin County Public Health. So as you asked the question, how are these kids selected? There's a partnership with our current public health entity that will assist in providing some of those referrals as well.
Thank you. And there are no additional questions. I move to approve Resolution 073021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73021 has been adopted. Resolution number 73121, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with Franklin County Public Health in the amount of $200,000.
Commissioners, this resolution supports the advancement of the health equity in all policy, and this policy addresses health disparities that were identified with the declaration of racism as a public health crisis by both the Board of Commissioners as well as Franklin County Public Health in the spring of 2020. This funding will also continue to support the role of the Associate Director of Equity and Inclusion, who works every day with Franklin County Public Health to address community health disparities, including COVID-19 among minority communities. Pending any questions, I would respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
Any questions? All right, hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 73121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73121 has been adopted.
Great work, Dana.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank
All
you.
right, let's go back to the top of the agenda. The coroner is now on. Coroner staff is now on.
Thank you, Commissioner. Resolution number 72221, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a sub-grant award from Franklin County Public Health's Center for Disease Control and Prevention Overdose Data to Action grant to support collaboration, expand data analysis, and investigative capacity for overdoses to aid in prevention strategies and outreach activities in the amount of $145,051.68.
Operations for the Coroner's Office representing Dr. Annie Ortiz. I apologize for my delay in the general session. So this resolution is presented to the Board of Commissioners for authorization to the coroner to accept a sub-grant award from Franklin County Public Health as part of the CDC's Overdose to Action grant. And this will support collaboration, expand the data analysis and investigative capacity for overdoses to aid in prevention strategies and outreach activities. The award period is September 1st of 2021 to August 31st of 2022. If you have any questions, I will be glad to answer those. If not, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 72221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72221 has been adopted. Resolution number 72321, resolution authorizing a transfer of general fund appropriations in an agreement for recruiting services in the amount of $55,000.
Commissioners, this resolution is for an agreement with Merritt Hawkins to provide pathologist recruitment services to the Coroner's Office. The resolution also authorizes transfer of general fund appropriations from the Commissioner's contingency to the Coroner's Office in the amount of $55,000. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer those. Otherwise, we ask for your approval of this resolution.
I have a question. How are you guys doing? Are you guys down any pathologists at the moment?
Yes, we just had one retire, but we do also have one that was hired, but they're not starting until next month. And then we had another pathologist retire recently, where the other one had retired at the beginning of the summer.
You were on pins and needles there. You thought I was going to give you a hard time about that baseball hat behind you again. That's it.
And
All right.
we have a lot of cases, unfortunately.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
If there are no additional questions, I move for the approval of Resolution 72321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 72321 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Economic development and planning.
Resolution number 73221, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Community Refugee and Immigration Services to provide rental and utility assistance to new American households in Franklin County in the amount of $940,840.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director at Economic Development and Planning. The county, through the U.S. Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance Program, desires to provide funding to various programs to both reduce eviction frequency and provide meaningful assistance to families and individuals. Community Refugee and Immigration Services, known as CRIS, desires to support the county's goals by providing rental and utility assistance to approximately 200 new American Franklin County residents facing eviction due to COVID-19. Community Refugee and Immigration Services has experience identifying solutions to housing challenges faced by limited English proficient immigrants and refugees in Central Ohio. The program takes a holistic approach to create the most beneficial pathway to long-term self-sufficiency. By integrating client-based emergency financial housing assistance, case management, and housing-intensive cultural orientation with the development of sustainable housing partnerships, the program will address the short, mid, and long-term housing needs within the community. CRIS will also provide a landlord development liaison to build relationships with landlords, housing developers, and the like to connect households to supportive and sustainable housing options. Their previous experience has proven the importance of providing information, resources, and language accessibility to landlords working with limited English proficient communities. This contract is funded by the U.S. Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance Program in the amount of $940,000 and $840. Luann Shai of the Community Refugee and Immigration Services is in attendance should you have any questions.
Any questions?
I do not.
I did have a question. Well, I was debating on if I was going to ask my question, and maybe Ms. Plummer can answer it. So when it comes to our new Afghan refugees who will be coming to Franklin County, would they qualify for any of these funds for assistance? Or does it depend on a different status?
Yeah, yes, they will qualify for these fundings. Plus, we have some other funds coming in from other sources, from Church World Services, and some other funding we have that will also help with housing assistance.
Okay, thank you. If there aren't any additional questions, I move for approval of Resolution 73221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73221 has been adopted. Resolution number 73321, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the YMCA of Central Ohio to assist their relocation strategy for the residents of the downtown YMCA at 40 West Long Street in the amount of $2,133,802.
Again, Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. In order to continue to provide affordable housing to the men living in the YMCA, the county recognizes that a transitional strategy is needed. The YMCA of Central Ohio offers supportive housing to adult men and women and provides the assistance and support needed to stabilize and maintain independent housing while providing access to those supportive services in order to achieve the highest possible standard of living. The primary goal of the YMCA relocation project is to relocate all the residents from the 40 West Long Street facility in downtown Columbus. The YMCA has deemed that 40 West Long Street is beyond repair, and it is more fiscally sustainable to relocate the men from these units than to update and rehabilitate them. In addition, the quality of life for its residents will be improved in newer and better housing options. The commissioners had previously adopted a contract with the YMCA to hire the consulting services of Rosetta Brown from R.H. Brown and Company to assist in relocating 400 tenants from the 40 West Long Street facility. The downtown YMCA facility remains home to approximately 350 to 400 residents who would otherwise be homeless. Partnerships are therefore necessary between local supportive housing developers, temporary housing solutions such as hotels, and the facility at Touchstone Fields to develop replacement housing. Under this agreement, the YMCA of Central Ohio will provide supporting housing and shelter services by relocating the men from the shelter facility at 40 West Long Street in Columbus and providing emergency rental and utility assistance to approximately 250 of those residents as part of their relocation strategy. This portion of the contract is $1,545,175 using U.S. Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance funds. The remaining funds are used to support operations and staffing using general fund dollars in the amount of $588,627 for a total contract amount of $2,133,802. Sue Darby, Senior Vice President of Housing at the YMCA of Central Ohio, is in attendance if you have any questions or if you would like for her to say a few words.
Jenny, Sue, Sue, you're welcome to say a few words if you'd like, but what's the total number of men that we're moving again? I think was it 400?
Yeah, currently we have around 350 men that call 40 West home. The plan is to provide relocation services for all 350. Depending on, there's many programs that are ran through 40 West Long, and we're really focusing on the 250 men that are in permanent supportive housing and affordable housing to make sure that they have a short-term and a long-term plan. So it's relocating all, but really focusing on that 250.
Gotcha.
And then I just want to add or just highlight, there is a consultant that the Y is working with, correct, to help these men as they transition into their temporary housing, but working with them with, finding long-term housing, as well as making sure that the placements, the hotels are on a bus line, and that we're not really, flipping their world that's already hectic even more upside down, correct? So there is a consultant working with each man individually.
That is correct, yeah. Through the services of what was already mentioned with Rosetta Brown, she is actually starting the interviews at the end of this week, and it's very much client-centered and client-driven. So she'll have her individual interviews and then be able to place men permanently in a situation that is of their choice and in an area that they feel that they can really succeed. But we do have support services that's going to be a wraparound services through this whole process. And it's individuals that they already know. So the guys at 40 West already has a case manager that will be with them through this whole transition.
Okay.
Commissioner, in the consultant that you referenced is the contract that you approved. It was probably a month ago. I believe it was on August 17th. And we funded half of that and the city funded the other half. I believe that was around $133,000 that the commissioners actually funded.
Right. Well, thank you. Those are the only comments I had. Okay. All right, hearing no additional comments or questions, I move for the approval of Resolution 73321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73321 has been adopted. Resolution number 73421, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Columbus Federation of Settlements to provide rental and utility assistance to seniors in Franklin County in the amount of $1,141,732.
Again, Commissioners, Jenny Snapp, Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. The county, through the U.S. Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance Program, desires to provide funding to various programs to reduce eviction frequency and provide meaningful assistance to families and individuals. The Columbus Federation of Settlements desires to support the county's goals by providing rental and utility assistance to Franklin County senior residents facing eviction due to COVID-19. The Columbus Federation of Settlements anticipates providing rental and utility assistance to approximately 600 eligible senior clients through the rental assistance program. This program is designed to provide emergency financial assistance payments to eligible senior citizens. Those are individuals over the age of 60 who have been adversely impacted by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The Columbus Federation of Settlements proposal consists of 4 neighborhood-based settlement houses, including Central Community House, Clintonville Beechwood Community Resources Center, Gladden Community House, and St. Stephen's Community House. Together, these agencies support over 100 years of experience working with the unique target populations within the neighborhoods they serve. Staff are hired from the neighborhood in which each organization resides, with similar backgrounds and experiences to the populations they serve. This contract is funded by the U.S. Treasury Emergency Rental Assistance Program in the amount of $1,141,732. Tamar Mott-Forrest, Executive Director of the Central Community House, is in attendance, and I would like to go ahead and turn it over to her to go ahead and give you a few words about the program.
Thanks, Jenny. Thank you to all the commissioners and everyone else that are here today. We have been doing this work for decades, as you know, working with seniors in a really comprehensive manner. We've seen an increased need for rental and utility assistance. And is my video working, guys? Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you just fine.
Okay, for some reason I just got a request to start my video and it disappeared. So we've been doing this work for a really long time, are seeing greater need, and we disperse millions of dollars in rental and utility assistance, but a majority of the funds that we have are for TANF eligible individuals. So this money is really critical to serve seniors impacted by COVID. One of the advantages we have is that when folks come in, we have a lot of leverage resources that allow us to provide that wraparound support to provide ongoing assistance for years to come. This includes a transportation program and very effective local village models that we implement. The ERA funds also are going to be a really important outreach tool for us. It's going to bring seniors that we're not seeing into our centers who really need our support so that we can get them through crises and then into ongoing support through all of our other programs. Thank you for having me here this morning.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Deputy
thank you.
Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. I don't normally like to do this, but I wanted to just comment on these resolutions. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. Commissioners, because there has been a lot of national reporting over the last couple months about the slow rollout of these emergency rental assistance dollars, I wanted to provide a quick summary for you with the contracts you're considering today and with the final contract that we are bringing forward for your consideration next week with Columbus State. We will have obligated more than 90% of our original $13 million allocation of emergency rental assistance dollars by September 30th, well above the 65% threshold required by the federal government. So while there has been reporting about dollars getting out slowly into the community and to other communities throughout the country, we wanted to just highlight the fact that we have been very effective in not just making sure that we're obligating these dollars by the deadline, but also that we're being very strategic about funding our core provider networks, but also strategically investing in distressed populations like you're hearing today, seniors, clients at the Y, immigrants and refugees, and next week students. So just wanted to make sure that we summarize that for the public watching today. Thank you.
If I could make one quick point that's just related to that. We get our funds out into the hands of landlords between 3 days and 2 weeks, much faster than when we're working with those third parties. And so, yeah, efficiency is critical to our work.
Eric, I appreciate you pointing that out. As you recall, you and I spoke some time ago when Secretary, the HUD Secretary, Marcia Fudge, reached out to Congresswoman Beatty. Congresswoman Beatty called me while I was on vacation, contacted the commissioners, and Commissioner Crowley was brand new on board as a county commissioner at the time. And then I spoke to you on a Sunday night while I was on vacation, and you immediately jumped into action, and I appreciate that. And we then had conversations with the Congresswoman and her staff to make sure, to assure her that we were working very closely with all of our partners, including those on this morning with us. And we appreciate, Tammy, thank you. I know you're still on. Thank you for your partnership and the partnership of all of our the folks that we've been working with. But we were able to assure Congresswoman Beatty that we had this well in hand and that we were working very closely with our partners to make sure that this happened. And so we certainly are well ahead, we're well beyond the percentages required by the federal government.
We are, Commissioners, and if I may, one final point that I neglected to say earlier. This was in conjunction with a very strong partnership from the staff from Economic Development and Planning and Job and Family Services, led by Vivian Turner and Jenny Snap, who have done fantastic work in this space. More to come as we consider bringing proposals forward for you to think about related to the second tranche of ERA money, but very pleased with the well exceeding the goals required by the federal government to get these dollars into the community. Thank you.
And thanks for pointing out Vivian and Jenny this morning, because I know you've mentioned to me on 3 or 4 occasions that they're the two that have been leading this effort. So thanks for mentioning them this morning as well.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I recall there was a community conversation, call to action back on August 11th. And Eric participated in that. And at that time, we felt like we had a game plan, and we said with great confidence that we would not be at risk of losing any money if that became applicable, because we would get these contracts out the door. So I too want to thank Deputy Administrator Janice and Jenny Snap and Vivian Turner and the entire teams at Job and Family Service and Economic Development and Planning, because they've been on the ground doing the blocking and tackling along with our community partners to put us in a position to be an example for other counties as we continue looking at this as it relates to effective use of ERA funds. I know today NACO is, I believe, highlighting best practices in Milwaukee County and Will County, Illinois. And Mecklenburg will be talking about some of those best practices. And we will continue to participate in that dialogue and look to do even more as we progress forward in getting these monies out into the community for the critical needs as it relates to housing and utility assistance. So just want to thank you. It's been a team Franklin County effort for sure on this.
Great, thank you. Can we move in a second?
No, I'm gonna move it.
Okay.
So if there are no additional comments or questions, I move for the approval of Resolution 734-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 734-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 735-21. Resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for James T. Cronin and Virginia L. Cronin at 3541 South Hamilton Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43232.
Again, Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning, here for our last resolution, which is not emergency rental assistance related. So James T. Cronin and Virginia L. Cronin received on December 16, 2008, a home loan for $15,000 on real estate.
Jenny, if you can hear me, we've lost your audio. Did you mute yourself by chance?
No, I did not.
Nope, there you go. Welcome back.
There you go. Sorry. James T. Cronin and Virginia L. Cronin received on December 16, 2008, a home loan for $15,000 on real estate commonly known as 3541 South Hamilton Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43232 from Franklin County. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid in current, and I would respectfully ask the commissioners to sign the discharge of mortgage instrument on this property.
Any comments? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 735-21.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 735-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you.
All right, on to Justice Policy and Program.
Resolution number 736-21, resolution appointing Erica C. Crawley, Franklin County Commissioner, and Kelly Fuller, Workforce Director for the Columbus Chamber of Commerce, to the Franklin County Criminal Justice and Community Corrections Planning Boards.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa, Chief Operating Officer with the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Commissioners, the Criminal Justice Planning Board and the Community Corrections Planning Board are responsible for system-wide comprehensive planning as it relates to the criminal justice system and are charged with supporting the implementation of smart, data-driven justice initiatives that seek to enhance the safety, health, and welfare of all Franklin County residents. 2 vacancies on each board are a result of the retirement of former Commissioner Marilyn Brown, and the resignation of Ms. Holly Gross with the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. We are requesting your approval to appoint Commissioner Erica Crawley to represent the Board of Commissioners and Ms. Kelly Fuller, Workforce Development Director, to represent the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. Pending any questions, we would ask for your approval of these two board appointments.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 73621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73621 has been adopted.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public Facilities Management.
Resolution number 73721, resolution authorizing a master services agreement with Global Tellink Corporation to provide inmate telephone and other enhanced services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Darla Reardon, Director, Public Facilities Management. This resolution authorizes a master services agreement with Global Tellink Corporation, GTL, to provide inmate telephone and other enhanced services at the Jackson Pike facility and the new Correction Center on Fisher Road. The term of the agreement shall be for a 3-year period with the option to renew for 2 additional 1-year periods. Franklin County will continue to maintain calling rates that are considered well below FCC guidelines, and calls to the Public Defender's Office remain at no cost. The services provided by GTL to the county under this contract are provided at no cost to the county, including the supply of equipment, hardware, cabling, etc., needed to deploy inmate telephone service and enhanced services such as tablets and video visitation at both facilities. PFM appreciates the collaboration with and assistance of the Sheriff's Office, Purchasing Department, and the Prosecutor's Office regarding this agreement. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this agreement.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 73721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73721 has been adopted. Resolution number 73821, resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute a modification to the contract agreement with Electrical Specialists Incorporated, doing business as the Superior Group, to perform additional electrical activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center in the amount of the contract not to exceed $971,413, and authorizing the county administrator to approve and execute additional minor modifications to the contract agreement for a revised amount of $27,905,838.
In February of 2018, Electrical Specialists, Inc., DBA, the Superior Group, was awarded a contract agreement to perform electrical activities associated with the construction of the new Franklin County Correction Center. This resolution authorizes a modification of the contract agreement with the Superior Group to provide additional electrical activities, including refinements and work associated with various design documents and allowances for unforeseen conditions. Any unused funds will be returned to the county. The Correction Center construction project has an established small and emerging business enterprise SEBE aspirational goal of 12%. As an update, this project remains on track to exceed the aspirational goal with an SEBE commitment of 29.82%, approximately $86.4 million as of the end of August of this year. Pending any questions, PFM respectfully requests your approval of this contract modification with the Superior Group.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 73821.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73821 has been adopted.
We're all-
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. She'll be ready to go.
Purchase. She was awful sure.
Resolution number 73921, resolution authorizing a contract with Gordon Flesh Company Incorporated for the provision of professional services and maintaining the Planet Press Connect printing application in the amount of $12,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. Commissioners, this resolution, as stated, is for the approval of a contract with Gordon Flesh Company to provide professional support services to the county in maintaining the Planet Press Connect system, which is a platform used by the county to manage the transition of data to our county print shop for production. The contract provides both the purchasing department and the data center with a bank of 50 hours of remote support at a rate of $250 per hour, billable upon the county's request and authorization for services. The cost will not exceed $12,500 for the initial term, which is in effect through February 28th of 2022, and there is one 6-month extension period available as well. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 73921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 73921 has been adopted. Resolution number 74021. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $409,131.93.
Commissioners, I'll be presenting this next resolution alongside Marlise Ryan, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution requests your approval of 63 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. And Marlise will provide the SEBE PO data. Good morning, Marlise.
Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. We have for your approval this week 7 out of 22 eligible purchase orders being presented to award to 6 women business enterprise and 1 small and emerging business enterprise, totaling $22,253.24, which equates to 32% of the eligible purchase order value and 24% of the eligible purchase order dollar value. The following agencies have increased supplier diversity of goods and services within Franklin County: the Treasurer's Office, the Domestic Relations, Sheriff, the Engineer, and Emergency Management.
Thank you, Marlise. Pending any questions, Commissioners, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 74021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 74021 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, guys. The Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 74121, resolution appointing Lawrence A. Hilsheimer to the National Veterans Memorial and Museums Foundation Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. Excuse me, I didn't have enough coffee this morning. Pending any questions, would recommend the appointment of Mr. Hilsheimer to the National Veterans Memorial and Museum Foundation Board.
No comments or questions? Move for the approval of go ahead. For Resolution 74121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 74121 has been adopted. Resolution number 74221, resolution appointing Frederick L. Rancier III to the Board of the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority.
Pending any questions, Commissioners would recommend the appointment of Mr. Rancier to the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority Board.
Any questions? Hearing none, I move for the approval of Resolution 74221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 74221 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, before the last resolution, would you like to ask?
Sure. Are there any questions from the media today?
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Kovac isn't with us.
I do not see him, sir.
Okay.
All right. Last, resolution number 74321, resolution of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners to convene into executive session for the purpose of considering personnel matters and to confer with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body.
I move to convene, or make a motion to convene into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee, and to confer with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 74321 has been adopted. We are now in executive session at 10 a.m. For those of you on the Zoom line, you are more than welcome to stay on. Although the feed will be turned off, for those of you in the room, we'd kindly ask that you make your way to the exit. Thank you very much, everyone.